I found 3 good ways to manage hip pain that you might be experiencing during perimenopause or menopause. And the first way is to adjust your nutrition, so decrease any inflammatory foods like sugar, alcohol, and increase the omega-3s. That really helps. The second thing is to seek medical support in the form of something like HRT, hormone replacement therapy. And the third way, which we're going to do together in a 15-minute practice, is to do some hip stretches through yoga or stretching. You do not need to be a yoga expert to enjoy this practice to free up your hips. So if you've really noticed that hip pain as you're going through perimenopause, you might want to join me for something like this, 15 minutes. I can guarantee you it will feel amazing afterwards. This is a practice for anybody. It's not difficult to do. It's going to open the front, the sides, the back of the hips and release through the lower back, and you'll feel amazing at the end of it. So you can do this practice anywhere. I'm just in my backyard, and you need a mat if you're outdoors, but if you're indoors you don't need a mat. And you can just practice this from anywhere: your bedroom, your lounge room, your hotel room, your outdoors, your park, anywhere that you can put your headphones on. So we're going to start by taking a seat and coming onto our back. So just lie yourself back. And one of the important things with yoga or stretching is to be aware of your breath, because that really does help you relax fully. So we're just going to start by drawing the knees up to the chest and giving yourself a nice gentle hug. And even in this pose, you might feel some tension in your hip or your lower back. And then just start to revolve the knees around in a circle. You might want to bring the hands to the top of your knees, just slowly starting to circle from one direction to the other. And then go the other direction, about 5 or 6 circles with the knees, slowly releasing through the lower back and getting some movement into the sacrum and the hips. And then bring the feet down to the floor. Just hug your right knee in towards your chest, and then stretch out your left foot. And if that's too much on your hip, you really notice a hip flexor opening here or just a little bit of strain, you can keep your foot on the mat. Okay, so one way or the other, it's up to you. Now we're going to take a half happy baby pose. So you're going to reach to the outside of your foot or the inside, it doesn't matter which way you do it. And then you're going to lift the foot up towards the ceiling, relax the left hand down to the floor, and then gently pull that right knee in towards your right armpit. And what you'll notice straight away is a stretch into your hamstring and maybe a little release on the side of your right hip. And then maybe put a bit of pressure into your hand with your foot and really opening up through the hip and the front hip flexor of the left leg. Then draw the left foot up onto the mat and bring the right ankle onto the left knee into your figure 4. Starting gently, if you're a beginner here, just press that right hand into the right knee and push that knee away. So you're getting that external rotation in the ball and socket joint of the hip. If you want a little deeper with this pose, you can reach your hands either behind the left quad or over the top of the left shin, and then draw the knee towards your chest. You can always start up here if you feel like, oh, it's too far away, and then as you start to feel the release in your hip, you can relax your head back. So there's something for everyone here. Just breathe. Nice deep breath. I've got a beautiful blue sky to look at right now. It's absolutely stunning here in New Zealand. There is a plane going overhead, but all good. Okay, now we're going to take a lower back stretch, which could be a little bit challenging, but I'll give you options. Place the left foot down. You're going to bring the right foot to the left side of your body. So you're just going to let the body fall over to the left side and stamp that right foot down. Now, if you really notice some tension in your lower back, you can release the right knee. You can stretch out your left leg. But if you want a really good stretch for the lower back, keep the foot stamped down and then stretch out the right arm. And then if it feels okay, look towards your back arm. And you really notice a stretch in your right side hip and your right side back and waist. And I always find that this pose is amazing, like right before bedtime. It truly does release the hip, the back, and prepares you for a good night's sleep. And then come back onto your back and let's switch sides. So the right foot comes down, hug the left knee in, stretch out that right foot or keeping the foot to the mat. Now we're going to grab on the outside or the inside of the foot, whatever feels comfortable for you. Draw the foot up towards the ceiling, and then that half happy baby, drawing that knee in towards your armpit. Relax the right hand at your side. Take a nice deep breath here, creating space for the hip, space for your breath. Just visualizing your hips, really letting go. No tension. You might feel tension, but eventually you won't. Then draw that right foot up, placing the left ankle on the right knee. And then remember, if you're a beginner to this exercise or this posture, just pressing that left hand to the inside left knee. And if you want to go deeper, you're going to reach to the back of the right thigh or over the top of the calf muscle, the shin. And what we want to do here is to really maintain some integrity for the knee joint. Keep that foot flexed, keep the top foot flexed. Relax the upper body. You might really notice the tension in your hips if you haven't been doing these types of poses before, but I can assure you it does get better, and it certainly feels really good when you're finished. Okay, placing that right foot down, and remember we're going to stamp the left foot to the right side. You can release the knee if you want to, but ideally we're just trying to get a really good deep release into the lower spine and the side of the waist here. If you want a little bit more, you can bring your right hand outside your left knee and pull it across. Feel that one. Relax your face. And then come back to center. Hug the knees into your body. A couple of ways to come on up. You can roll your body up, cross the knees and come forward, or you can just spin your legs around behind you, whatever feels comfortable. I know that sometimes knees can be a challenge with that rolling up motion. We're going to come into a downward facing dog. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Your knees start underneath your hips. Tuck your toes under. I've got plastic stuck to my fingers. I actually think it's from my HRT patch. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips, knees off the floor, and then push the hips up nice and high and stretch your body back, seeing if you can straighten the arms and really spread the fingers. Now what we're going to do is we're going to swivel the toes on both feet over to the left side and the heel to the right side, and we're going to see if we can place the heels down. And what you'll notice is an incredible stretch down your left side waist. And then we're going to swivel on the toes and go to the other direction. So the toes are facing the right, the heels are landing to the left, and you're feeling that stretch possibly right up underneath your right armpit. And come back to center and staying in your downward facing dog for a few breaths. We're going to have a look forward to the hands, bend the knees a lot, and then step the right foot or grab the right calf and place it between the hands and coming into your low lunge here. And even this pose is going to open up through the front of the hip. So if you can keep that back leg nice and straight and think about pushing that back heel into the back wall, up on your fingertips, nice breath, and think of lengthening through your spine and take your eye gaze forward. And then we're going to drop the knee down and come on up here into your low crescent lunge. Relax the back foot and then think about pulling the right heel towards the left knee, like really kind of pulling everything together. Bringing your arms up above you, take a deep breath in, and then allow your body to slide forward and then opening up into that left hip. Hold and breathe. And then just release the hands down and then shift the hips back. Take a small hamstring stretch here, toes back towards the nose. Rock the body forward, lift the back knee, place the hands down and push back into your downward facing dog. Nice breath. And we're going to do that on the other side. So have a look forward, bend the knees, grab that left calf if you need to, or big step forward, whatever serves you. Come up onto your fingertips, lengthen through the spine. And then drop that back knee, release the back foot and come on up. And remember, we want to pull everything in together. Take an inhale breath, arms rise. I can feel that sun on my face. It feels amazing. It's a cold winter day here right now, but I can feel the sun and it's warming up my body and it feels so good. Exhale your hands down to the floor and then shift your weight back, taking that hamstring stretch. And from here, we're going to rock the body forward, lift the back toes and the knees, and then step forward into a forward fold. Okay, so in this position, we're going to do something a little bit different to open up into the IT band of the hip and the thigh. So from here, bend your right knee and straighten your left leg. And then bring your right hand to the center of your feet. And then you're going to turn your body to the left. And then you're going to reach the left arm up if it feels like you can open up. Otherwise, just keep your hand on your hip. You can look down if you want to. But what you'll really notice with that straight leg is some real intensity in the IT band to really open up the wings. Take a deep breath. Exhale the hands down and switch to the other side. So bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, and then turn to face the right side. And if it feels good, reach that right arm up nice and long, opening up space through the rib cage, the back of the thigh, the right hip, the IT band. And then exhale the hands down. Take a half lift here for a moment, so just slide the hands up the shins and come into a position where you're like a 90-degree angle with the floor and your mat. And then exhale forward. You don't need to straighten the legs. Just relax the rib cage close to the thighs. And then we're going to slide the right foot back into that low lunge position. And we're going to let the left foot sort of crawl its way out towards the outer side of the mat and on a 45-degree angle. And then we bring both hands on the inside of the left foot. We drop the back knee and we're going to take what we call a half lizard pose here. So it's up to you if you want to stay on your hands, or if you have some space, you can come down onto your right elbow and then maybe you can push that left knee away and getting a little bit of a twist here as well. And we're really starting to get some external rotation in the left hip. Now, if coming down onto your elbow is not happening for you, stay up on your fingertips and press that right knee away from you, pushing into your left hand. Your left hand is pushing into the knee. Your right hand is allowing you to open up and twist. Releasing through the lower spine, really noticing some great movement here in the hip, which is what we need. We're always walking or running forward. We never get that external rotation. It really starts to wear on the hips after a while. It's kind of what causes that hip pain. And then release the foot down, bring the hands down, lift the back knee and toes, the heel, sorry. You're going to step the right foot outside the right hand, and you're coming into your halasana pose or your Hindi pose, your deep squat. So your heels are on the mat, your toes may be off the mat a little bit, and then just have a seat from here. Now, if you really notice this on your knees, you might come to this position here where you're like at a half squat. If you can, come down towards the floor, so your bottom comes towards the floor, your fingertips might be on the floor, and If you're feeling good with this, bring your hands to your heart, pressing the elbows to the inner knees, open up the knees, open up the inner thighs and the knees. Take a deep breath. Now we're going to bring the hands down, straighten the toes towards the front and come into a wide forward fold here. Relax the head down. And from this position, we're going to change legs and slide the left foot back into that low lunge, and you're already in that wide lunge position on the right side. Drop the back knee. Allow the right foot to come up onto its edge. Relax the toes. And if you took a half lizard pose on the right side, coming down on the left arm, and then pressing that right knee away from you. And if you're in this low position and you feel like you just can't breathe or you can't catch a breath, come up onto your fingers and just keep adding some extra pressure on that right knee. Turning your body away, opening up through the chest, through the lower spine, the rib cage, all the good stuff here. Nice deep breath. Come back to the center. We're going to take that squat again. So lift the back knee and the back heel, and then big step outside that left hand. And then when you're good to go, have a seat. So we're getting into the inner hips here. Now ultimately we want to be doing this pose for as long as we walk the earth, right? This is what I call our pro-aging pose, but it's also amazing for the hips. Right, coming out of this pose, we just come into a forward fold. So turn your toes forward, relax your head down. Just bring your hands to your elbows and allow yourself to just shift from one side to the other and release through the lower back. And then we're just going to come onto our back again into our final poses for our hips. So lie yourself back. We're going to take what we call a lying cow face pose. It's a really fantastic way to get into those external hip rotators. So we take the right foot and we cross it over the left foot. So the knees are crossed, like you're sitting on a chair and you've crossed your legs. And there are no gaps between the knees, okay? Then you're going to lift your upper body and reach towards your outer ankles. Once you've got those ankles, you can relax your head back. Now, the option here is what we did in the beginning, which was that figure 4 stretch, okay? So it's the same style of stretch. It's just a little bit more intense, this one. So if you're in the lying cow face pose, we're trying to relax the back of our head to the floor. Excuse me. And we are flexing our feet, and our feet are like the horns of the cow. Now, we're also adding a bit of pressure by trying to pull the legs apart from each other, so away from each other. And that ultimately causes that tension that you can feel in the outer right hip. And this is one of the poses that's really going to downgrade the hip pain that you might feel. I notice when I do this pose, it feels like everything gets freed up. Right, and then we just simply switch the legs over. So if you're in the figure 4, you're here. And if you're in the cow face pose, you flip the left knee on top of the right, reach forward, lie back. And see if you can bring a little bit of tension, pulling those feet away from each other. And then see if you can bring the base of your spine to the mat as well. I know there's a lot here. Can I get my head down? Can I get my spine down? But over time, with enough time in this pose, you will notice that it actually does become quite relaxing. Take a nice deep breath. And release the legs. Hug the knees in towards you. And then we're going to roll up and just butterfly the feet to our final release, which is one for the lower back and the inner thighs. So he's pulled out towards the floor. Take an inhale breath and then exhale. Just let yourself fold over as any amount, whatever's happening here, just let it happen. And then bring the knees together. And hopefully you are experiencing the benefits of the hip openers for today's practice, and that your hips feel better. And just a reminder that any time that they do feel really stiff and sore, that they're inhibiting your day-to-day movement, just give yourself 10 or 15 minutes on the floor to iron out those kinks, and I can guarantee you, you're going to feel better.